In this episode, playing sports with cars. A very rare Porsche and yellow headlights. Welcome to episode 280 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rao, over the past weekend, went to fix my wife's headlight, right? Just a normal headlight bulb burnt out, got to go get it.
Okay.
So I went to the normal car parts place around here, like AutoZone or something like that. And I got the headlight, the right one that she needed, because she ordered the wrong one on Amazon, whatever, no problem.
Whoops.
But when I was going to check out, the lady that was checking me out was
She was checking you out.
No, I was just trying to get my headlights and get out of there, man. But she dragged me in to the crazy world of headlight grease.
Of what?
She point blank asked me, "Oh, would you like to get some headlight grease for this?" And I was like, "What? Wait, what is headlight grease?"
Since when are we greasing our electronics?
I had never heard of this before.
Me neither.
So apparently this is a thing. It's called dielectric grease, is what it's usually called.
Interesting.
It's like a fluid that you can put around two wires that connect to prevent it from sparking or arcing or corroding or something like that. I don't know why it was branded as headlight grease. I thought we were going to like grease the bulb of the headlight or like a seal or coat something. I was like, what is happening?
Dielectric grease, I feel like I have heard of that term before.
Yes.
But headlight grease. When you say that to me, I'm just like envisioning dipping a headlight bulb in like a bucket of grease. Like,
yep.
That's what I see in my head when I hear it.
I thought I was going to get the rubber gloves on and I was going to grease the bulb and put it in there and go like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
All right, Doc, we got the grease applied properly here.
She said it prevents corrosion and moisture. And I was like, huh? What?
As you're greasing up your headlight bulb. The actual light bulb just dripping in grease. Yes, this will do the trick. You turn it on, it's just dull and hazy.
So apparently, some headlights do have like a you know where the connectors actually go into the headlight. Mm-hmm. There's usually a rubber seal in like a little plastic
kind of pop
container
it open
area. Yeah, that is where you're supposed to put this grease in. It's not around the physical bulb itself. That was not explained to me. I didn't get suckered into buying headlight grease, but man, I looked at her like she had 14 heads.
How was her reply?
Her reply was, "You look really confused." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
I've never greased a headlight before.
No. I was like, "What is headlight grease for? Are you trying to sell me like headlight fluid over here? What's happening?"
Did you get your blinker fluid?
Yeah.
So apparently we're greasing headlights now.
I guess. Dielectric grease. I guess it can be used in putting headlights in cars.
I suppose so.
It was a wild one.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of wild ones, I play a game pretty often called Rocket League. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I've seen some clips of Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. It's a game where you basically play like car soccer, right? The whole idea is there's two soccer goals.
It's like Top Gear.
Yeah. Top Gear did this as well. Yes. I found a magical game online that's called, what was it? It was like let me find it. Motor Ball. And apparently this is a German thing. And I'm going to show you a clip real fast here. So this is German, or I think this is the French finals for Motorball. And what you're looking at is a bunch of guys on motorcycles with a soccer ball on his foot on the side of the bike. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's got some moves. Look at him go.
So this is basically real life Rocket League on a bunch of motorcycles. Yeah,
look at him
dude.
Go.
Now that got me thinking, right? Like, what are some other sports? Because we've seen Top Gear do a variety of sports with cars.
Yeah.
We've seen video games do it. But what about other sports? So I went and gathered a list of sports, and we're gonna go through these and think, could you do this in a form of cars? So let's start off with tennis. Could you play tennis with cars?
Actually, maybe.
I think
You'd have to be a tennis pair. You couldn't be one car.
Right.
It'd be two cars, but I think you could.
I think it'd be like a big inflatable ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a big volleyball or
and just
poof. Yep. and just let it go back and forth in like a pretty tall net. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. So what about basketball?
That'd be hard.
No.
Well, actually, hold on a minute now. You could essentially play motor ball, but with basketballs.
How would you shoot it?
With your left hand.
Oh, it's just like throw the ball between each other and then just shoot it. Okay, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That. Yep. All right. What about soccer? We know.
Top Gear's done that.
Yeah,
right?
that's a classic, right? Volleyball.
Ooh, isn't it? Well, it'd be kind of like tennis, but the ball can't touch the ground. So I don't know if you could do that.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough. What about like boxing?
Oh yes, 100%.
Would that just be a demolition derby?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We
So
already played this sport. Yes.
Yeah, that exists. Okay.
Yes, it's called traffic around Sarasota.
Oh yes. Every 5 o'clock. What about cricket? That would be.
Have you ever watched cricket?
Yeah. Yeah.
What a weird sport that is.
It is an odd sport.
I don't know if you could properly do cricket.
No, because the bowler bowls the ball to the wickets, and you got to hit it with the bat. You can hit it any direction. It's a weird sport.
It's a weird sport.
I don't think that one's doable.
Cricket
But I think
would be
the
hard.
next one is. I think golf.
Ooh, how could you do golf?
Well, have you seen what's the sport called? They use like a soccer ball and they kick the soccer ball around on the golf course. And they have a really big
I don't know.
hole.
It's like soccer golf stuff.
Yeah, that's already a thing. So I guess if you just scaled that up to car size, you could do it.
You need a giant field.
You'd need a racetrack.
You would need a racetrack.
Yeah.
So you're playing like a car golf at Sebring.
You would need a
The
big,
first hole
yeah.
would be turn 1.
You would need a massive racetrack.
And you've got a bridge hazard instead of water hazard.
Yep. I think that's doable though. I think that one is like a reasonable thing that you could do.
That could work, maybe.
So the next one is badminton.
I think we'd run into the same problem with volleyball.
Yeah.
You can't let it hit the ground.
No,
The birdie,
that one,
right?
that one wouldn't work.
No.
But baseball could be interesting.
Would it be more like kickball, but baseball?
It would be. It'd be kickball with cars and big balls. How would you catch the ball though? Like how would you catch an out?
To mount a giant net on the top of your
Or a
car.
basket or something?
Yeah. You have to drive to like intercept it.
But it would have to look like a glove, like a baseball mitt.
Just craft it to look like a baseball mitt.
So giant mitts on top of the cars and just the normal,
I
like
could see that. Yeah.
a massive field, and you just
Yeah.
yeah. I think that could work.
That's doable.
Yeah, and you could round the bases like no, yeah, that would work.
Oh yeah, but
work.
it would make more sense if you drifted through the bases.
That would
It would just look better.
That would look better.
Yeah.
So what about table tennis?
Oh, I don't know how you do that.
I think it'd be
Well,
volleyball.
hold on a minute now. You could use the car as the table for table tennis.
What?
You could be standing on the outside of the car, playing table tennis on the car.
The point is to have the vehicles moving around.
I see your point.
yeah.
I see your point.
Next up is archery. I don't think you could do anything like that.
Trying to think, how could you make that work?
I don't know.
How could you make archery work with cars?
First thing that comes to mind is like potato cannons on the hood of the car.
That would just be paintball, and that'd be more fun.
Yeah,
Just
like
shoot each other with them.
targets downrange or just other people. Yeah. Now, what would be an interesting one is ice hockey.
Top Gear did something like that.
Yeah, because you could put the spiked wheels on the cars, and you could
some studded wheels. Yeah,
Yep. You could totally do that.
that could be fun.
That's possible. What about handball?
Don't think that'll work very well.
No, I don't think that one would work super well. What about lacrosse?
I
don't think that one
How
would work.
would you cradle the ball?
I don't know.
Because like in lacrosse, you're actively cradling.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't see lacrosse working.
No, I don't see that working either. Gymnastics?
Oh,
Isn't that just like drifting?
so Gymkhana.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be? It's
That
just
could
like
be.
a performance, right?
What's the best pirouette you can do? A double back handspring,
Yeah.
and you've totaled your car.
Or you got a perfect 10.
Yes,
Yeah, I think that would just be drifting or something like that, or gymkhana.
kind of.
Rowing. Rowing.
So
Wait a minute.
I'm thinking here. What if there was a way to leave your car in neutral, and you have to like legitimately row the car?
You get the bus and you get everybody in a bus and you're
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. Or
Maybe.
could you just like float the bus and then have everybody at paddles out there side? I mean, at that point you may as well just have a rowboat, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting one. Rugby is on the list.
Oh, yes. Top
Yeah.
Gear did a rugby one.
Rugby
Yep.
would work.
And that would just be violent, and I'd love it.
That would work well.
It would
too.
be Crash Test Derby meets soccer.
Yes. That would be a good one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Field hockey?
Same, but different. But I don't know how you would. What are you gonna do? Like mount a hockey stick to the
Yeah.
hood?
I don't know.
How would you? No.
No, I don't think that would work. American football. Oh, brother. You get 11 versus 11 cars, and they're on the line smashing into each other.
I mean, defensive tackle just laying someone out. Going
Full
for
blitz,
The
baby.
big sack. Just. Boom! I don't know how you would do that though.
No, I don't think that would work real well.
No, because you can't really set up a play with a car.
No, and you can't really throw the ball particularly well. Like
No.
no, that wouldn't work well. Water polo?
Not in
no.
a car. Cars
No.
and water don't usually mix very well.
That seems out of reach. Fencing?
So you know what that just conjured up visions of in my head?
What?
Jousting.
Yeah, that would work.
Fencing and jousting are not terribly far off.
That would work well.
You could joust in cars, and that's kind of like fencing. So get a big, long, pokey thing. What is the minimum speed you have to do? 50?
40. Yeah.
60.
No. People are going to die.
Yes.
Getting
Well, proper
impaled.
jousting, people died, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
If he lives, he lives.
One of the last ones here, we got polo. Polo, you ride a horse.
Actually, that could work because you're just smacking the ball.
Would you just... It would just motorcycles and
Yeah,
you just
the
smack
car
ball?
would be your horse.
You just replace the horse with the vehicle.
Yeah, I think that could work.
That could work really well.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Really well.
It'd have to be an automatic transmission car, though, I think.
You'd have a lot of horses.
You'd have a lot of horses. You would have a lot more horses.
A lot more
A lot more
horsepower.
horses power.
Yeah.
I like
Yep.
that idea.
And then what about wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, Crash Test Derby. Just get after it, son.
So I honestly think some of my favorites, polo would be a really good one. Baseball would probably actually be pretty good.
I think baseball would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Let's see. I think like there's another one that I was thinking that may be fun.
Soccer's a classic. We know that
Soccer,
works.
obviously. Yeah. Tennis, I think could be a lot of fun.
Tennis could be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
With like a big floaty ball. That'd be fun. That'd
I
be
think
kind
that'd
of
be
the
fun.
same as volleyball, but what kind of interesting that you can almost do nearly every sport in an automotive way.
It's a fun little thought experiment,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because you just
Yeah.
want to think, what could I do with my car today?
Yeah.
Well, you go play baseball with it. Not drive it to go play baseball, but play baseball with it.
People will watch it too. So I think that there's a big following for this motor, whatever it's motor ball, whatever they call it over in Europe. I've never seen it before though.
Did you get your tickets to Moto Ball?
Moto ball. Hey, we have crazier over here in the U.S., man.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
You ever been to Monster Jam?
True. That
Big
is
monster
gymnastics. It's gymnastics. Have you seen them do the backflips?
Yeah.
And then they're like spinning on one wheel, falling
Yes.
over, and then catching fire like gymnasts do.
And they rate it
They do.
just like gymnastics.
10.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Monster Jam is gymnastic.
Monster Jam is crazier than car or motorcycle soccer thing, though.
You think so?
They do flips in the air.
Have you been to a Monster Jam show?
Yeah, it's a hell of a time.
So much fun.
It's fun.
It is so much fun.
It's great.
If you've never been to a Monster Jam show, you need to go to Monster Jam.
Yeah. They're absurdly loud and they just fly in the air. It's
You
awesome.
don't have to be 10 years old to love it.
No.
This is fun for any age.
Yes. Yep. So, let's keep this show moving. What car spots did you spot this week?
I spot a few things that I may keep in the bank until next week, but the thing that I'm going to use for my car spot is a Porsche.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and normally, I obviously geek out about Porsches, but this is the Porsche 911 GT2.
GT2?
More specifically, the 996 generation, which is the generation that you don't like the headlights of, that I still do.
Yes.
So this would have been from 99 to like 2004-ish.
GT2s were rare.
Very.
Yeah.
So I saw one on the highway, and I was like, oh, that's more than just a 911. And I saw it, and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's GT2, and it doesn't have a sunroof, so that is a legitimate GT2. I did not really realize just how rare this car was.
How rare is it?
So, of the 996 GT2, they only ever made 1,287 of them.
Okay.
But of the 1287, only just a hair over 300 even made it to the U.S.
Oh.
So that was like a 1 of 300 car that I saw.
That's rare.
Yeah.
That's real rare. At least over here.
Yeah. And just puttering on down the highway.
Yep.
Just on a casual, like, Tuesday afternoon. Really, really cool to see. Now, some specs on the 996 GT2. You had, let's see, it was from 2001 to about 2005-ish, right? Let's see. You had that 3.6-liter flat six, but it is twin turbocharged. That's the big difference between the GT2 and the GT3. GT3's naturally aspirated. GT2's forced induction. Now, the funny thing is most people would say, okay, well, then why wouldn't you just get the 911 turbo? Well, it's kind of like a turbo, but it's not a regular turbo, because the turbo is all-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
This is hairy-chested rear-wheel drive.
This is twin turboed as well?
Yeah, they're all twin turboed.
Oh, okay. Is the current GT2 twin turboed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so the 996, well, GT2s in general, it's the 911 turbo cranked up, but then made rear-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
So, scarier. You got 462 horsepower, and this is from 2001, mind you. 462 horsepower over 20 years ago, and 457 pound-feet of torque.
It's an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah.
It's like, it will kill you.
Legitimately, yes.
Yeah, this car will murder you.
With it being rear-wheel drive, it will kill you.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, I had a poster of this very car on my wall.
The poster car.
The 996 GT2 was on my wall as a kid.
Nice.
So when I saw it, I obviously was going to go, oh, God. I love that car so much.
Yep.
I remember actually sitting in one as well.
Nice.
As a kid. And I remember that like sparked my love for the 996. Oh, God, I love that car so much. So the 996 GT2, that's my spot of the week.
Solid. I spotted two things that are not quite as fun as yours. Well, I guess they could be. We'll see. But we're going to compare and contrast a little bit, and I want your opinion on which one you would rather take. So the first thing that I saw was a Lamborghini, a Huracan, which is classic around here. Mm-hmm. Pretty darn close to bare bones stock from what I recall when I saw it. That's fine. I can't remember the exact year. I think it was like it could have been a 22. It could have been a 21. I don't know.
So newer.
Yeah, relatively newer. And then I saw an Audi R8. Now, it was one of the hard tops. It was not the drop top here, but it was definitely in black.
Was it new?
More new than yes, this is.
Okay.
More than new than a 2015. It was the newer model, yes.
Okay.
Which would you rather have?
Huracan.
A Huracan or an R8?
I don't even need to think about a Huracan.
Why?
Because it's not an R8.
It's not your dentist car?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm with you on that sense. Yep.
The R8 is a fine car, but the Huracan's just more exciting.
Yes.
It's just more exciting. That's all it is. It's just more exciting. It's the same car, just made more exciting.
I will say the Huracan is a level of excitement that is not too insane for what Lamborghini does. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they go way over the top with crazy wings and crazy stuff. This doesn't blend in, but it can kind of blend in.
Yeah. It doesn't automatically scream, stare at me.
No.
But if you put it into, was it Corsa? It will.
It'll yell.
Yes.
It'll scream. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the R8, even in its whatever performance mode they have, it'll sound okay, but it won't be as vigorous.
Which is funny because it's the same engine.
It is the same engine. And it's basically the same manufacturer, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's Volkswagen under the hood. Yep. For both of these. I'm with you. I'd rather go Lambo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, how can you not?
Yeah. So that is what I spotted. Now, Do you want to wrap this up with the I wish they would have?
Sure.
You kick it off.
I wish that you could change the sound of your turn signal, like in the car.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because we picked up a new version of the Corolla for our work car, and they've changed the sound of the turn signal.
Oh, no.
And I kind of went,
Is it better?
it's kind of annoying.
Mm.
So it's like, I wish I could like make it a little more softer or a little more dingier or clickier.
Now I wonder, how do they make those sounds? Is it...
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, is it an electronic speaker that's like a really, really small speaker that's integrated on a circuit board? Or is it something else? Because if it's a speaker... on circuit boards, little tiny electronic speakers, like you'll hear them go like "wah," or like really loud,
Yeah.
and like be an alarm almost. Those are very easy to mass produce, and you can like solder them onto boards and make it real easily. But I think that those sounds are like tactile enough that they would need something a bit different, something a little more advanced. So I wonder if you could change the tune or the sound coming out of it.
But yeah, I wish you could make it. I wish you could change the sound of your turn signal.
You should be
make
able
it
to.
softer or harder or clickier or bongier or.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's one of those where I can't believe we've never come up with that before. It's like,
It's a good one.
we should know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my wish would have. What about you?
All right. I wish that headlights didn't fade to yellow in the sun.
Okay.
So you know how they get the calcium buildup?
You know how you can prevent that?
How?
By parking your car in the garage.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But you know where we live? It's called the Sunshine State, brother.
Which actually gets less sunshine than Colorado.
Yeah, it does. But than a lot of states. But when it does shine, it's freaking hot. And it's bright.
It is.
Yeah. I wish that out of the manufacturer coming off the line, there was either a coating or the plastic or the polymer that they made the headlight out of just didn't fade.
What if they made it out of glass?
Yeah, that wouldn't fade.
Be much heavier.
It would be much heavier. They used to. Headlights used to be made of glass. Well,
They
back
did, didn't they? Back in the
back
days.
in like the 40s, 20s.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they were made out of glass. And if you look at those antiques, they don't fade. Those headlights do not fade. So it is definitely like a plastic and calcium buildup kind of thing. And sure, you can get kits that'll like, sand it off or polish it off and make it look better, but it never gets everything. There's
It's
still
never perfect.
No, it's never perfect. It's never like it came off the assembly line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I like it. So
Solid.
that's all we got for episode 280. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, and drop a comment. Let us know, what sport do you think would be best played with cars? Not by cars, but with the car itself.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is We Are Auto _. YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.